Paulie,
Yes.
Oscars. Let's go. Sock it to me. Come on.
Okay, here we go. Let's present it.
Because I haven't even looked this
time
up fully.
for Oscar.
Because we had the shortlist before, didn't we?
Right. So I'm just gonna. I went all the way down to the actual listings of.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to be bothered with the story. So here's your best picture.
Best picture.
If anyone cares, All Quiet on Western Front, Avatar, Banshees, Elvis, everything, Fableman's Tars, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle Sadness, Women Talking.
I've not heard of a lot of those.
Women Talking is a movie that's like 8 hours long.
Is it?
Because they never stop talking.
Yeah. Fuck off. God,
it's a joke. It's a joke.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
I've heard of that.
Got a shitload of nominations, as did Everything Everywhere.
Everything got 11, I think, with the most. Yeah,
I'm so glad that has got a lot of nominations.
I predicted that was going to be the big Oscar darling. Yeah.
Director,
best director.
Martin, Madonna, the 2Ds, Spielberg. Who is that Spielberg guy?
I don't know.
Some kid. Todd Field, Ruben Östlund for Triangle Sadness, which co-stars Woody Harrelson. That came out of nowhere. That's also a best picture.
I haven't. Have you seen that? I haven't seen that.
I have not. I saw the trailer last week. It was the first time I heard about it. For director and picture, there was some talk that RRR would slip in there. It did not. Not director, not picture, but or even best director for Top Gun, which got several nominations. Best actor, Tom.
Best lead actor,
Austin Butler. Oh. No, I didn't get that effect. Want to do it again?
Best lead actor,
Austin Butler, Elvis, Colin Farrell, Banshees, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Paul Mescal, After Sun, Bill Nye, Living.
That should be, in my opinion, down from Brendan Fraser or Bill Nye. Those two performances were great.
Brendan will probably win, I bet. But my surprise out of that one was Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Oh,
best leading actor. That's where we left off, I believe.
Yeah, you guys are right, and you guys made your choices. Here, the big surprise is obviously the Irish actor Paul Mescal for After Sun. Bill Nye was absolutely amazing in that film. I just saw it the other night. Living, fantastic work.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
No. Bill Nye, he is. I think.
Bill Nye. So this is, but it seems that the front runners are Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser as far as momentum right now.
Brendan Fraser.
Me too.
Should get that.
I haven't seen The Whale, but I thought Austin Butler killed it in Elvis, and I'm not even an Elvis fan.
He was great.
I haven't seen The Whale, but he just seems like a shoo-in just because that's my prediction. But I was surprised by Austin.
All right, coming up next.
The Jennifer Lawrence Award.
Okay, there's a lot of controversy going on right now here in Best Lead Actress. Let's just name them off. Kate Blanchett, Ana de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh. The front runners here, as far as the buzz talk, is obviously Michelle Yeoh and Kate Blanchett. People are up in arms because Ana de Armas has been nominated in what people, a very divisive film, and there is no Viola Davis for Woman King or Detweiler for Till. The actress in Till, according to Chris Gore, is one of the best female performances of the year. Her name is Danielle Detweiler in Till. No nomination for her. And the up in arms part is that Andrea Riseborough in the film To Leslie, if you haven't heard about it, it's okay. No one had. It played like literally in one theater. Her best friends are Blanchett, Gwyneth Paltrow. It was a total. Let me make some calls and try to get a nomination. And look, that happened. So that's that for best lead actress. Next. Oh, did you guys have anything to say?
Michelle Yeoh, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to sweep a lot of these, and I predicted that a while back because it just has all the hallmarks of an Oscar bait kind of film. That it's also something we haven't really seen before.
I wouldn't say it was an Oscar bait film, though. That's the thing. There
was elements. I saw him buried in it, Nate, and this is just coming from somebody who's been an Oscar freak for years. Like I knew that had the hallmarks they needed.
Yeah, I guess so. Here's the thing with Everything Everywhere. Was it a $15 million budget, Tom?
That's the other thing. It's like an indie darling kind of thing. Exactly. I think it was a little bit more than that, but not much more than that. Yeah.
Not much more, and that money was raised by the Russo brothers. This is their executive production. Like, this is the route the Russos have left Marvel, and this is the best multiverse movie of the year.
That was so snide.
Do you like that? Hello. Okay. Best supporting. Oh, yeah, I know. I got to get one in there. And Tom?
Best supporting actor.
Brandon Gleeson and Barry Keoghan. Sorry, the Banshees.
Barry Keoghan.
Sorry, yeah. Surprise nominees here: Brian Tyree Henry and Judd Hirsch. But everyone seems to agree that it's all about who can even fight the force of Ke Huy Quan, and it's not. Some people were thinking for best actor and supporting actor, maybe Brad Pitt would get in there, or for Babylon. He was fantastic in Babylon, best supporting actor. And and Adam Driver for oh God, I forgot the top name of that movie. Sorry, guys. Okay, next.
Best supporting actress.
Well, here we go. Angela Bassett, Black Panther. Hong Chu, The Whale. Carrie Condon, Banshees. Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything.
In her first Oscar nomination, believe it or not.
First one in her entire career.
Yep.
Wow. And this is also a big one. Both of these ladies were amazing in this film, but in my opinion, that doesn't matter because they're going to give it to Angela Bassett.
I think you're right, Paulie. Although I think this is going to be the closest race, really, because it could go either way.
I think it's on. I don't think. Yeah,
okay,
I think it's kind of a three-way tie there. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a given that they'll do Angela Bassett.
If she doesn't get it, say that again. I'm sorry. I said I talked.
Sorry, I think it's a given that they'll give it to Angela Bassett, but I don't necessarily think that they should. You know, like I think that there are other people that were better, if not equal, but likely better. But I think it's a given that Angela Bassett will get it. I think.
I think they probably waited till they picked all the other winners for all the other categories, and then figured out how many diversity wins there were, and then went ahead and made their pick for this one.
Well, I don't know if it went that direction, Nick. I think it was more so she was a shoo-in, a given. She was the first one on the list from the start. And I also think Paulie may be right. And again, this could go like a three-way tie here. Maybe even.
Yeah. Okay, so how the Academy...
What I was just going to say is...
sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think the only chance here you have is that you have two actresses from the same movie. And traditionally, if they do that, they'll give it to somebody else. They won't give it to one actress in a film that when they have two nominated in the same category. It's happened, but it's very rare. So, but anyway, that's just an odd game.
No. So now, if you're asking me like who I prefer as far as performance here, it's Stephanie. her performance was just, she obliterated the role. So did Jamie Lee. It was fantastic, but Stephanie was really, you know, like Ki-hwan and Michelle Yeoh, it was their story. Now you could be right. Angela and Jamie Lee could cancel each other out in votes, and Stephanie might do the upset.
That could happen. That could happen.
Maybe.
Yep. You know, okay. Next one. Tom?
Best adapted screenplay.
All right, this is really interesting, guys, because you have All Quiet on the Western Front, then some and Living and Women Talking, then some very questionable choices. Glass Onion and Top Gun Maverick for adapted screenplay, which is very odd.
Well, Top Gun Maverick, it's interesting that they're saying adapted because there's a lawsuit about that.
Oh my God!
And
really?
And they're trying to, there's a lawsuit, a copyright lawsuit about the source material of Top Gun, and they're trying to fight it that I think to some effect that it wasn't adapted from it. So it's funny that it's been like,
well, there's you can technically
nominated for adapted screenplay.
You can technically base something on something that happened in real life or whatever, as long as you don't use the actual people and events.
No,
and certain things.
It's based on.
But like, what happened here, and this is what I was getting to. If Paramount had never paid these individuals to begin with, which is what they did back in '86 when they made the first Top Gun, this wouldn't be a problem. What they did was they set a precedent now, and then Top Gun 2 come out. And there was some, I don't know, discrepancy on them getting paid and the whole 35-year deal of copyright claims. So yeah, this is going to be something that's going to get drug out for a while, I think. Yeah, it's kind of one of those weird situations where if Paramount had just not even acknowledged these guys way back in '86, then this would probably be a problem. And I don't even know if it was Paramount. It could have been the original writers who gave them credit or whatever it was. And they ended up paying them for their rights to their story. And it was just loosely based on this program. Like, basically, they didn't owe them anything. All they had to do was just research this program. That's really all it was. But they were giving them credit because they had gotten the idea from this article, which is why. So them doing what would, quote unquote, be the right thing back then is going to come to bite them in the ass probably in the end here. And let's be real, the only reason Top Gun is nominated for most of these things outside of editing and sound is just to get people to watch.
Well, I think it's very deserving. It is.
As far as story-wise, yes.
As far as this category, it shouldn't be here. Other categories, absolutely. But it saved cinema. It saved going to cinema last year. Who do you guys like for this one? Who do you guys think is going to win?
I think anything Top Gun's in should win.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately for me, personally, I'm all in for Living by Kazuo Ishiguro, who wrote one of the greatest sci-fi novels called Never Let Me Go. If you guys get a chance, get that book. But I think the woke Oscars, it's going to go to Women Talking, screenplay, Sarah Polley. Yeah,
you could be right, Paulie, but then the other side of this is, and I trust your instinct on this more so, just so it's set up front. But this is generally the situation where All Quiet on the Western Front. This will be like normally that would be the only award that movie would win. Like it's heavily nominated, but it won't win anything else. That'll be the only one it would normally win. But I think Paulie's right with this take here because going from the woke perspective, you have to factor that in now into this crap.
Yeah, the thing is that the woke perspective, that's why RRR is completely non-existent except for song. All Quiet on the Western Front is a adapted screenplay from the original novel, but also too, it was a movie before, right? An old black and white.
And I don't know if it's considered a remake or a new adaptation. I'd have to look, but yeah.
Okay. Best
original screenplay.
Banshees, Everything, Fableman, Tar, Triangle of Sadness.
Everything is going to get it.
Okay. Cinematography, All Quiet, Bardo, Elvis, Empire of Light, Tar.
I'm surprised that Everett isn't on cinematography.
Me too.
And
From a technical cinematography, actual photography perspective, that's a very unique. It's very unique and it's good. Like it's technically proficient. The other stuff is like some of it's quite paint by numbers, and we've seen it before.
Elvis is the only other one here that I would say might deserve it, but I haven't seen a couple of those, so I can't say it. You've seen all these, so haven't you, Paulie?
No. But what I know is that Top Gun is not here, and that's why Top Gun was so amazing because of the cinematography.
That's another good point there too, Paulie. Like that one, I can't believe.
How's that not in there?
Just for the simple fact that they shot most of that stuff,
that blows my mind.
Yeah,
it's kind of ridiculous. Right. Yeah,
I mean they had to redesign the cameras and everything, and make up brand new shit to film all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and they always overlook that kind of technical shit. It's the same reason why they don't have a best. And I've been clamoring for a best stunt Oscar for years.
Hey guys, and Roger Deakins, the reason why he's there, he's award-winning 1917, Blade Runner, Sicario, Prisoners. He's the man. Yeah. But he's won already. He's won already. That's just the thing that the Oscars love to do. It's like they just keep nominating themselves.
Well, they are technically nominating themselves and their buddies because it's
their buddies, right?
That it's what they are. It is their peers, but in this sense, this is what you're getting at. I think, Paulie, and correct me if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, this is one of those categories where it should be a technical category, and it should be getting more of a technical. But they're nominating shit that they thought looked pretty.
Yes. So and Top Gun and RRR should have been there hands down. Yeah, everything should have been there. The fact that it was made on a shoestring budget, boom.
Everything. You're right. I 100% agree. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip the docs.
Yeah, short. Who cares?
Yeah, no.
Best editing. Here we go. Yeah.
Here we go.
Top Gun might win this.
Wait, we need your intro.
Oh. Cut. Best film editing.
The Banshees, Elvis, everything. Tar, Top Gun.
So Elvis had like pretty decent editing, to be perfect.
It did.
Yeah. Great editing.
Top Gun had good editing, not great editing. Like it's, from an editing perspective and how the cinematography is what elevated Top Gun Maverick, not the editing. Everything Everywhere All at Once had really good editing.
And Star Wars Girl is in the chat, and she is player hating on RRR. You can player hate all you want, Anna. That's all right. I know you.
Going against the grain. I like it.
I know you.
No, I got to agree with you guys here. I mean, if this was one time, of the films that I've seen, I'd probably give it to either Elvis or Everything Everywhere. Although I think Everything Everywhere All at Once will win it. But yeah.
And I've
only seen Elvis and Top Gun, so
yeah, I'm totally happy with these two choices if they win here.
Yeah. And I see those being the obvious choices.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. They got to find a place to reward Top Gun. They will reward Top Gun somewhere, right? Not they should give it best picture.
Lady Gaga will get the award.
No.
You don't think so?
They're going up against Natu. I mean, if they don't give it to Natu, it's gonna be they're gonna burn those Indians are gonna burn the place.
They're gonna have to start their torches now, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I can almost guarantee you Lady Gaga is gonna win that.
Well, she's already won. She won the award like 2 years ago.
That's
why. Listen, best international feature film. I just want to say really fast. India did not nominate RRR in the category.
Oh, that's so odd.
They nominated another film because of their in-country politics, and now they paid the price. Nothing from India.
Dumb. Super dumb.
Tom?
Best original song.
Okay, anything from Diane Warren always gets an automatic vote.
Pretty
applause.
Much. She's written everything for like the last 20 years.
I don't remember Hold My Hand, Top Gun Maverick, Lady Gaga song.
It's at the end of the movie.
It is. It is actually. It's in the film proper too, I believe.
Wow.
The scoring of it.
And I was going to say it actually affected the music that in the film to where I think that's kind of the. And I know you guys love RRRR, and this is the one time it got a bone thrown to it. But I have a feeling, just in my gut, Lady Gaga is going to walk away with this one, just because of how much synergy there was between it all. And yeah,
well, that Lift Me Up.
Lift Me Up is
terrible.
Rihanna's song.
Terrible.
From Wakanda.
Awful.
Natu Natu from RRR, and the song from Everything Everywhere. I don't even remember. Oh, no, it was okay. It was nice. But another glaring omission here.
Oscar
it was okay.
worthy.
It's not Oscar worthy. What's Oscar worthy was Ciao Papa from Pinocchio, and
that was really good. That was beautifully done.
Beautiful song. No score. No score nominations for Pinocchio. Alexander Desplat. I gotta go with this song because it's a phenomenon. It's a movement. People all over the world are impersonating it. Story wise, it's so integral to the two characters bonding as friends. It's not just a song at the back of a movie. It's part of the story. It's very exciting. It's not even my favorite song from the film. It's like maybe my third. It's not even my second, but it's just the most entertaining. It's a very entertaining song. Okay, production. Oh, Tom.
Oh, I didn't say nothing, but as far as like if you want me to respond, I appreciate I see what you're saying, Paulie, and I'm it deserves a nomination, but for the simple fact that this is a thrown gimme nomination for Natu Natu, and the fact that this nomination for Top Gun is one of its very few, this is one of the few it has a chance to win. So this is where they can give this movie a win, and also Lady Gaga as a woman, so that cancels out everything else. I get what you're saying. You really want it to win. You really do, and I understand where you're coming from.
No, I really want Top Gun to win in Best Picture, in Best.
I don't think it's going to. Yeah.
In editing or cinematography, or actually, there's a couple coming up that it's for. It has a lot of nominations.
Cinematography. Yeah.
No. Some other nominations coming up.
But I'm saying that's one of the gimme ones that the Oscars will give Top Gun right there. I bet. If I was going to put some money on it.
All right. You want to put money on it?
Not really, but I mean, it's just I'm just saying no, because I trust your take on this a little bit more. But this is the one time I will say I think your bias is showing through for Natu Natu.
Come on. All right. Let's go to the next one. Tom?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Best production design.
All Quiet on Western Front, Avatar, Babylon, Elvis, Fabelmans.
So Avatar shouldn't get it. Production design. Like I feel like production design, we're stepping away too much from physical sets when we're awarding something like that to Avatar. Like I get it, the production design is good, but when I look at when I look at Avatar, I don't think, oh, this is great, like set design, production design. I think it's good visual effects. Computer. Yeah, I separate it. So it being nominated for best visual effects, I agree with. Production design, no, I disagree. Elvis, definitely. I'm surprised Everything Everywhere All at Once wasn't on there, quite frankly.
I mean, it wasn't a lot of sets.
No, but what they did with them, and
sure,
that's what I mean. Like you got to think like how it was utilized. What they did, how it was utilized in conjunction with everything else, made it a standout.
But compared to these other ones, except for Avatar, because I'm with you, these other ones are for me are superior. And Babylon is an incredible looking film.
It's got loads going on there.
Yeah, and I agree with Elvis. Elvis is an incredibly looking film.
Yeah.
Best visual. We're just run through this. Best visual effects: All Quiet, Avatar, The Batman, Black Panther, Top Gun.
No, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever's visual effects were terrible by comparison. Top Gun Maverick's visual effects are superb because it's indistinguishable to see the jets which were being piloted by them versus the ones which weren't, and the maneuvers which were CGI rendering or whatever. That was great. That was brilliant. Like that's really good visual effects. Avatar, I understand why it was nominated, but is it the best visual effects of the year? Some of it does look really off, so I'm not going to say it's the best.
fellas. Okay.
For which
Fantastic.
one?
Any of them.
Any of these best
Visual effects. Sorry, I got distracted with a text because I got my show coming up here shortly. This always happens around this time, you know that.
Mhm.
Of course, Avatar's gonna win this one.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I think it's gonna go to this one. As far as I don't want it to, but anyways, all right. Animated feature film: Pinocchio, Marcel, Puss in Boots, Sea Beast, Turning Red. That's Tom's favorite animated.
It
film of
is.
the year.
No, I think I haven't seen Pinocchio yet, but just on pure seeing the trailer, I think it already deserves it just from just the what went into it.
Pinocchio was absolutely superb, and I wouldn't even. I mean, it says animated. Like, I mean, a lot of that was like stop motion. Like that was just.
That was sick.
I'm surprised it says animated, right? Like that. A lot of that
No, stop motion is considered animation. At least here it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. That hands down deserves to win it. That was absolutely incredible. Like Puss in Boots is fine. It's not got a shade on the skill set involved in.
I'm kind of surprised it got nominated, to be honest with you.
Well, all of those, I'm surprised. Turning
Red. Well, they always give Disney one.
Disney.
This category exists because of Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should exist because of like Aardman and things like that more than anything. You're talking about stop motion, claymation, and that.
Okay, best costume design: Babylon, Black Panther, Elvis, everything. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Well, this is be Mrs. Harris, isn't it?
This is a complete joke right there.
Yeah, that Black Panther should not. Costume design? Give over.
Well, she won it a few years ago for this.
Some nonsense Pan-African blend of crap. Yeah, sure, whatever.
And Mesoamerican, don't forget.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Like, no, it should not. It doesn't deserve that at all. Everything Everywhere All at Once had good costumes. Elvis probably more so, and Babylon.
Babylon.
This one is where they might just give it to Black Panther.
What?
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but I bet you it's a gimme. And this is just my, random fucking throw it out there kind of thing.
Woke vote.
Kind of woke vote, yeah. Elvis probably deserves it the most, though. I haven't seen Babylon yet, though, so I can't speak to that. And I know that has a lot of fancy stuff, and you've seen that, so you might be right on that, Paul.
Well, they got to award it somewhere.
And it's a movie that's basically sucking its own, with Hollywood and all. So, you're right.
Okay, best makeup and hair: All Quiet, The Batman, Black Panther, Elvis, The Whale.
So The Whale did great.
The Whale will get it probably.
That was incredible. Really, really good. I don't see why. Scroll back up. I don't see why the Batman's on there for makeup.
Because of Colin Farrell.
Yeah. No,
in fairness, that was fantastic.
It was better than Black Panther.
I couldn't even tell it was him. Like, not even kind of.
And this is the one where people couldn't understand why Everything Everywhere All at Once wasn't nominated. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of stuff in that movie that was practical effects.
Yeah, I'm so happy you saw it, man.
I didn't like the third act, but I did like it overall. I mean, I had issues with it, but yeah.
But you're right.
Black Panther shouldn't be on there.
But like the hot dog hands alone, like that kind of shit right there.
Right.
Makeup is like deserving of a nomination.
I mean, we're not talking about All Quiet, just so you know, it's nominated.
I haven't seen it, and it's like you said, it's a readaptation / remake. So once in a while,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it, but
best original score: All Quiet, Babylon, Banshees, Everything, Fabelmans.
This is up in the air completely. This might be the gimme.
Right
okay. I was gonna say this might be the gimme for All Quiet, but
I think it'd be the gimme for score for Babylon of all the things.
Right.
And it won the Golden Globe, and Pinocchio is not nominated for this.
Then John Williams, though, he's been nominated more than anybody, and he's won more.
Oh God!
Has he won in this century or in this decade? Though I don't know if he's won in this decade yet. This is going to be one of his nearly last chances. That's the other thing you got to take into consideration. They may give him one just because they know, he's not going to have a lot of chances left. Yeah.
Well, best sound's an interesting one here, isn't it? Like, so
Best
just
sound,
looking at
All
it now,
Quiet, Avatar, The Batman, Elvis, Top Gun.
My votes
Avatar,
would be for Elvis or Top Gun, but yeah.
Avatar should not get it. The sound design was nowhere near as good as it should have been for something which is utilizing IMAX predominantly. That was one of its massive detractors. Top Gun Maverick had very good sound design, and it utilized the sort of IMAX surround sound element
The
to
soundscape.
great effect. Yeah, it utilized it so very well, and that's where Avatar really let itself down.
These are all great films except for Avatar and best sound. I have to say that even the Batman had great sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when the Batmobile started up, fucking that was great. The sound good, that just brilliant.
Elvis was amazing. Elvis was so creative.
Mm-hmm.
God, it was so creative.
The real letdown there on that list is Avatar. That's a terrible one for sound. You could even go as far as to say something like The Whale could have been on best sound.
I didn't see it.
I mean,
well, there you have it, guys.
Batman was one of those two that, I mean, if I was going to give it anything, it might be the sound, but it doesn't deserve anything.
No, no, it shouldn't be there.
Because that Batmobile scene was pretty cool with the sound wise, but Top Gun has it beat sound. Like if that's the one place that Top Gun does win, it's going to be in the sound department. Yeah.
Do you
with
guys
the way
think
that those planes and everything? Yeah.
Do you guys think that the Oscars will break the record of worst ratings ever in Oscar history again this year?
I don't think so, Nick. I think they're going to have a bump this year, and it's simply because nothing else came out, so people have actually seen a lot of these movies.
Okay. It seems like every year Oscars comes out, it's like nobody cares, nobody's watching. Worst
Jimmy
ratings
Kimmel is
ever.
the host, so I think that just the fact that people have seen most of these movies, that'll bring more eyeballs than they have the last few years anyway. What do you think, Paulie?
Really fast about John Williams. He hasn't won since Schindler's List.
Oh, really? Wow. So he needs one. So yeah, he might be a. That's what I was getting. I was getting that gut instinct for that. I'm like, yeah, it's about time he probably wins another one.
And he's probably going to win because he's been nominated dozens of times since then.
He's got more nominations than anybody in history.
Look at these movies he's been nominated for. You got the sequels, The Book Thief, Lincoln, War Horse, Munich, Harry Plopper, Catch Me If You Can, Saving Private Ryan, Nixon. Wow. Going back all the way to 94, he has not won. He's been nominated. They're probably going to give it to him because Josh Hurwitz, as much as I love him, he's very young. So